basil. Basil or basil, if you've ever bought a gorgeous bunch of fresh basil only to find it wilted and sad looking the next day, we can fix that with some game-changing storage tricks that are gonna keep your basil perky and fresh. The best way to store basil is to honestly treat it like a bouquet of flowers. Seriously, grab a glass or a mason jar, fill it with about an inch of water and pop these basil stems right in there, just as you would with some fresh flowers. Now, here's where most people go wrong. They stick that jar right in the fridge, but basil absolutely hates the cold. Keep your basil bouquet on the counter at room temperature, away from direct sunlight and those sneaky cold drafts. Change the water just as you do with flowers every couple of days. Think of it as giving them a little fresh drink. If you spot any yucky leaves, pluck those bad boys right out to keep the bunch healthy. A bad leaf can turn a whole batch bad pretty quick. And here's a mind-blowing tip. Never ever wash your basil before storing. That extra moisture is like kryptonite to those delicate little leaves. Wait to wash them right until you're about to use them. If you have more basil than you can use in a week, it's time to think about freezing it. Whip up a quick pesto or freeze whole leaves in olive oil using ice cube trays. Future you is going to be so thankful when you're making that winter pasta. Speaking of those basil cubes, only once they're frozen solid, you can pop them into a freezer bag, squeeze out all of the air, and you've got instant basil portions ready for soup, sauces, or stews for up to 6 whole months. So let's talk about what not to do. Don't cut the stems, don't let the leaves get wet, and definitely don't stuff them in a produce bag in the fridge. And if your basil starts to look a bit droopy, give those stems a little trim and stick them in fresh water. You'd be amazed at how quickly they perk back up. So that's all on how to keep basil as fresh as a daisy. If you have any food safety questions, let me know below and I'm going to get to every one of them myself. As always, go wash your hands.